So Ustazah Shamim has DBS. I have 3H in communication, right? And I love this. I've read this. It's not from me. It's an article that I've read, which I've used in my couples, and I feel like it's really important to share. So when we communicate, we have 3 basic needs. The first H is to be heard, H-E-A-R-D. Not H-U-R-T, okay? H-E-A-R-D, to be heard. And sometimes this is what women do. You want to go home, you have a long day, you want to talk to your spouse, and they go in, and I just want you to dengarkan, right? But sometimes we don't tell our spouses that we want them to just dengarkan and be heard. And then what do men do, Ustaz? They go into a problem-solving mode. I don't want that. I know how to solve it. But I just want you to hear me out. Yeah, just, exactly, right? So the first need is to be heard. And sometimes we need to learn and say, and this is what I do with my spouse in the early parts of my marriage. I say, okay, I just want to rant. You just listen. You just, And then at the end of it, you're like, babe, that's so hard for you, Right? Skill, right? Upgrading of skills, right? And my husband is here and he's laughing. And then I'll be like, okay, I just want you to hear me. Okay? And then at the end of it, you give me a hug. That's all I need. Okay. So then you communicate that expectation and that need, and the men know what they want to do. A lot of the times we don't give much credit to the men, right? Because they go into problem-solving mode and that's not what we need. But actually, men are generally, good men are responsible. They want to do something. They feel very helpless if they cannot do something. So they go into problem, which is not what we need sometimes, right? So number one. Exactly. So Ustaz said it helps when you tell us what you need. And women, we are good communicators. Let's do it, right? Let's communicate that. So number one, the need is to be heard. And that's where acknowledgement, presence, listening can happen. The second H is to be hugged, right? Some of us, the hug is a way of, it's an affection to actually calm our nervous system. That's how we feel that we are being cared for, that we are being protected. And men also need this, right? Not just the woman. So number 2, H is to be hugged. So like I said just now, my example is, I want you to hear me, I want you to hug me, that's it. And they are the third H is help. And that's where you need to, okay, I have a problem, I need you to help me settle this together, right? And the sequence of what is given also matters. Right? Maybe you want all 3. Maybe you just need 1. So it's important to be able to communicate which H do you actually need. You need to give me a hug first, and then you hear me out, and then you can help me. Right? Or for some people, I need you to hear me out, I dah finish rant, and then you help me solve my problem, and at the end you hug me. Right? So this is something I'd like you to think about. Hey, what is my need? What is my expectations is not a bad thing, it's not a bad word. But we need to learn is how do we communicate what these expectations are. So these are the 3H in communication. It sounds very basic, but I think because it's basic enough that it's crucial for us to be thinking about in terms of strengthening our communication with each other. My time is up.